Hello and welcome to this week's retrospective. I shipped something quite exciting this week. The link to the article I'm talking about is in the description below. What I shipped was the ability to, when you hover over the cover image of that article, it'll then play a video that gives you the headline of what that article is about and the main message in that article. As part of the Digitising Events experiment, this particular experiment is about, can we use generative AI to create helpful videos that will aid and improve audience engagement with your content? This is transferable to any type of website, because what I've seen is people generating amazing videos where you're like, hey, all right, that's a cat floating in space. Now that we can do that, is surely we should be using it to up our storytelling where I've come from in the B2B world, right? So that you can create moments of surprise, moments of connection by using those tools. What I've done in this article is I wrote a short introduction about what's the real important message here from this piece of content. And then I shoved that into ElevenLabs, which I trained in my voice, so it gave me my voice. Then went through a couple of iterations using FAL AI, which the article is about, to create a bunch of videos, stitch them together, and then created that little video piece, which is the AI version of me standing in front of the pyramids. And I did that because, just having the video of me sitting in front of a desk, that's boring. Why would I recreate what I can do right now with AI rather than just be a little bit crazier and do something that's a bit more surprising, I think, for people. So you hover over it and it plays. And again, the experiment and the intention, which is all part of what I'm doing with Digitising Events, is to record that, measure it, measure the impact, see whether it does have an impact in terms of engagement in an article like that, share that with you guys so that we can start collaboratively maybe using these amazing generative tools to create more interesting content and deliver value to our watching audience. Now, all of that I described in this retrospective, I am going to try and write it up a little bit more, but I'm still working on the real workflow behind it. It's not cheap, though. This is the other thing that is a big realization. That little video is $11, just in terms of direct costs, in terms of generative costs, not to mention time it takes to stitch it up. So it really has to deliver value. And value, the real CVO, the valuable outcome, is that those little types of videos drive and create engagement and create differentiation amongst the sea of normalcy out there. Sea of normalcy. Right, okay, I'm going to use that. And that's the real measure. In order to do that, I'm going to have to probably create it on a few more articles. So I've got a bigger baseline to measure. So that's going to cost a fair amount. I'm going to try and do it on 10. So that's, close to about $100. Actually, more than that, $110. Simple maths. I don't know why I was struggling. And if it does work, then that is worth the investment in time. And then the big question comes and say, well, actually, if these little videos work, why wouldn't you just do them to camera? Because I think, and I may just do some to camera just to see a difference, I really believe that if we have such cost-efficient, not free, but cost-efficient, powerful tools to create video, they should be able to allow us to create more engaging pieces than me just sitting to camera. People will just get bored of that. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm getting bored of looking at myself, so I don't know about you guys. Anyway, so that's a really massive experiment that we're going to be running all of 2026. I'll keep reporting on it. And like I said in my first retrospective, if you have any other crazy ideas that you think someone as crazy as me should be trying, and it could deliver value back to your audience if you're running a website or a publishing business, or even just a store where you're looking at driving engagement, just put them in the comments. I'll give anything a go in 2026. Let's see where it takes us. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.